Welcome to the show. Yes, it's the 130313. It's the closest we'll get to 131313. A numbers thing. The thing I associate with but have a great dislike for. Decision making. It's like the butterfly effect. The mosquito I swatted yesterday. Could be there was a mosquito that bites the neighbour to give it some sort of virus, and all of a sudden you hear that your neighbour's died because of the virus that was given to her by the mosquito that bit me. But it didn't happen that way, did it? Because I got the mosquito before it got her. Have you ever made the decision, the correct decision, but having the wrong result? Many times you make these decisions. I joined the Navy in 1981. In 1982. Because I joined the Navy and the only place I could do my work was in Nara, New South Wales. So I came here in 1982. By January 1982, I had met a girl at the Leagues Club here in Nara. Now, the Leagues Club that's here in Nara is no longer there. It's now a information centre come restaurant. Now, if it was an information centre come restaurant in 1982, that's 30 years ago, 30 years ago, 30 years ago, I would not have met my wife. She was going with her girlfriends, and I was trying to date one of her girlfriends, not her. Just so happens the phone number I got was a true phone number I got from my wife. 02-972-4959, something like that. I should just still remember the phone number, should I? And then I knew she was a woman because she asked me to take my ironing up there and she'll do the ironing in Sydney. So this is a Melbourne boy who joined the Navy, meets the Sydney girl. Another 12 months later, he was married. Another 12 months, he has a daughter. 2 years later, he has a son. 3 years later, has another son. And then, 6 years after that, a daughter. Now, was my decision to join the Navy right or wrong? My son's about to get married on Saturday, and I'm thinking, well, this is a decision made 27 years ago. It'll be 27 years ago in July. Just imagine if the decision was made by me to have a wank over my wife instead of having sex with my wife. Then his birthday wouldn't be on the 7th, 86. May well have been on another day, another year. So the decisions that we made, it's funny how things that go around come around and go around again. So, my guest today is called New World, and the song is called Tom Tom Turn Around. And I'll tell you more about New World after the song. So here's Tom Tom Turn Around.
Tom Tom for all he could get, and he stood by his father's side. Then into his world came a sweet young girl, and he took her for his bride. He took her for his bride. Tom Tom turn around. me down. Don't ever leave my life. Tom, Tom, turn around. Don't ever let me down. Take me for your wife. Please take me for your wife. Tom, Tom stole away, but his wife's a slave. He's never had to leave before. Sweet young wife, hold this little of life. She may see no more. And then he lives withdrawn. Tom, Tom, turn around. Don't ever let me down. Don't ever leave my life. Tom, Tom, turn around. Don't ever let me down. You can't leave your wife. No, you can't leave your wife. Tom, Tom, return. But only to learn there was truth in the words he ignored. Sweet young wife found a new kind of life, and a strong man's heart was torn. We always hear that call. Tom, Tom, turn around, don't ever let me down. Don't ever leave my life. Tom, Tom, turn around, don't ever let me down. You can't leave your life. No, you can't leave your life. Tom, Tom, alone in a world of his own. When he hears a new voice call, be my man, I'll do all that I can. What you been waiting for? He turned and answered her call. Tom, Tom, turn around, I'll never let you down. I'll never leave your life. Tom, Tom, turn around, I'll never let you down. Take me for your wife. Please take me for your wife. Tom, turn around, I'll never let you down. I'll never leave your life. Tom, turn around, I'll never let you down. Take me for your wife. Please take me for your wife. Tom, Tom, turn around. Tom, Tom, turn around. Tom, Tom, turn around. Tom, Tom, turn around. Tom, Tom, turn around.
Wow, that was New World. Was an Australian pop group that existed from the mid-1960s to the late 1970s. They are best known for their top 10 hit single, Tom, Tom, Turn Around, which is what you have just heard, which was released in 1971. And I've got the hits, 20 explosive hits, 1971. How good is that? Most of the biggest successes was written by Nicky Chin and Mike Chapman. The band was founded in Brisbane in 1965 by John Fuzzy Lee, born 9th of March 1944, Ashstead, Surrey, England. Mel Noonan, born 10th of November 1943, Sydney, Australia. Robert Alphen, born 13th of April 1932, Townsville, Australia, and was billed as the New World Trio in 1968. John Cain, born 18th of April 1966, Glasgow, Scotland, joined the group, and by the end of the decade, they were a popular act. At the beginning of the 1970s, songwriter Nicky Chin and Mike Chapman booked the group on television. They also took the band to Europe, and record label owner Mickey Most signed them immediately for imprint RAK. This first single for RAK was a cover of Joe South's Rose Garden, which hit number 15 on the UK chart in 1971. A version of Rose Garden by country singer Lynn Anderson, released late 1970, was an international #1 hit. Well, there you go. So, as I say, there are songs that you hear that you think, well, they're sung by somebody that you didn't think would be singing this song. So this is another one where you think, well, Lynn Anderson's singing a New World song. The group's biggest hit was a version of Tom Tom Turn Around, also recorded by Sweet. Sweet also had Fox on the Run. Fox on the Run. That was a good song, and we'll play it on one of my other albums. This was followed by Cara, which was hit in the United Kingdom and Germany. Although a German language version of the tune was a bigger hit for Peter Orloff, they had a fourth hit in the United Kingdom with Sister Jane. But their next release, Living Next Door to Alice, was a flop. This song would later become a worldwide hit for Smokey in 1976. In the 1970s, the New World were musical guests on the BBC shows that the two Ronnies, Ronnie Corbett and Ronnie Corbett and I'll think of it. Ronnie, I can do it this way. The two Ronnies. Ronnie Barker. So there you go, Ronnie Barker and Ronnie Corbett were the two Ronnies. Now, back to the New World. The group appeared in British talent show Opportunity Knocks. They were at the centre of the trial over alleged fixing of results of the show. The events were covered in John G. Lee's... Oh, we're getting the move with nudity, so I might have to do it this quick because it's on SBS. And you guys will have to look up SBS for Australian TV to understand the shows that come on that show. Now the credits for New World. Origin, Brisbane, Australia. Genoise, Pop. Years active, 1965 to 1976 and 1988. Labels, Parlophone, Decca, RAK, R-A-K, and EMI. There's EMI again. EMI, I mentioned you on this show, so hopefully I override your copyright. I played it from YouTube, and this is going to YouTube, so it doesn't go anywhere else. John Fuzzy Lee, past members, John Fuzzy Lee, Mel Noonan, Robert Alford, and John Cain. So, that's the New World and Tom Tom Turn Around. Joke of the day. I suppose you've all heard this one before, but let's put it around the ring again. 3 strings. Ride on the horses and turn up the pub at the local pub in the middle of Houston, Texas. One says the other, we may not be able to get in their strings. And one says, tie me in a knot. So he goes in and he says to the barman, I want a beer. And the barman turns around to the string and says, we don't serve strings. The string says, I'm not. It says, we don't serve knotted strings. Get out of here. And the next one comes up. It says, well, just fray the ends of me and I'll go in and order me 3 beers and I'll bring you 2 out with me. The frayed piece of string walks in the pub and says, barman, gives me a beer. And the barman says, we don't serve strings here. I'm afraid, string, I need my beer. And the barman says, I don't even serve frayed strings. Get out of here. Then the third one says, you get at the end of my string, tie me in a knot. And you, at the other end, just spray the ends. And he walks in and he says to the barman, 3 beers, thanks. The barman says, we don't serve strings here. And the string says, I'm not a string. The barman says, You look like a string to me. And the string turns around and says, I'm afraid not. Well, that's where we go. So, when you go to the bar, just beware. Don't be knotted by the barman. Talk about strings. I pulled a few strings today. Pulled a few strings off my son. He bought these. They're going to have these at my son's wedding. So boomers. Yes, I'm advertising you boomers. I'll have to look at see if there's boomers on Twitter, and I'll send you a copy of this. That my son works for KFC, getting married on Saturday, is having your boomers as part of the drinks for the night. I'm trying to get Alan to come along, and I'm also trying to get Joel and Benji Madden to come along from Good Charlotte. I would love to see them turn up and sing at my son's wedding. KFC gets a copy of all I've been doing, and I'll send you a copy of this as well. Now, getting back to Alan, as stated, as I'm the invitee to you coming to Australia, and you decided to take on the offer, and not realising I'm not in Melbourne. I'm in Nowra, New South Wales. It's about an hour and a half drive from Sydney, but it's only a 2-hour flying trip from Melbourne to the airport of Albatross, and then you can come to the wedding. Do your show from the animal park. That would be so good. Look up the animal park, Nowra Animal Park, to see the animals that they have in the park. Beats going to the zoo. Here you get to pat the animals. Get to touch a lizard. Go and see a crocodile. A real crocodile being fed by a chicken. Maybe that's what they should do down at the animal park. Ask KFC to sponsor them, because they're the ones who feed the chickens to the crocodiles. So, that's my 20 minutes. That's my show for the day. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you to my guest, New World, and Tom, turn around, and EMI. I've got to keep putting EMI in here, otherwise I'm at copyright breach. And it's 13:03:13. How good is this? This is as good as what I had the other day. It's 11:12 p.m. Is this coincidental or good timing? I can tell another joke. Someone told me to go into the bar one day. I did, and I come out with a lump in my head. And now someone else said to me, why'd you go and give it a toss? So I went and gave it a toss, and I shot the cat. Now that was a really solid toss. Now it's getting to 11:13 right now, and I could say good night and good day, because it's still Wednesday over there. We're over the hump. So I love yous all. Take care, and catch you again tomorrow night. Bye.